Good afternoon, TikTok family. This is Dr. Courageous Conversation coming to you with episode 3. So today we're going to focus on choosing your front row wisely. So I also decided that throughout this series, I am going to present to you all, and so you can see this. This deck is called Mindful Messaging. So I'm going to use this throughout this series to prompt the conversation and to bring you what I hope is going to be some wisdom from a 57-year-old mom of one, wife, daughter, sister, and friend. So let's kick it off. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the prompt, and then I will associate my ideals and my experiences with friends. Okay? So, loving friends is the prompt. And it says, I surround myself with people who inspire me and grow together with me. My friends raise me up and hold me to the best that I can be. I am loved unconditionally and supported throughout my journey. I release old friendships which may be toxic or keeping me stagnant. And in today's terms, friends that no longer serve who you are. So with that, let me say, I did a post about this. I have 8 core girlfriends. And these are girlfriends that I have been friends with for over 40 years. And we span the spectrum in terms of our personalities, our professional lives. But at the core, the characteristics that we hold, loyalty, honesty, integrity, supporting one another through thick and thin. These are the tenets that these 8 core women in my life have had for me. And it has been life-saving and fun-bringing. I am truly blessed to have the friends that I have. And so what I wanted to talk to you all about today was, who is on your front row? Who are the go-to people in your life that no matter what, you can go to them without risk of judgment, without interpreting your feelings to accommodate how they think you should respond. And so when you think about the people in your life, whether it is blood-born, because 2 of the 8 are my blood sisters, and I'm in the middle, and we are all 3 years apart. And although we do not agree on everything, we absolutely agree that our love is unconditional. And the other 6 are friends that I've had since elementary school for 1, middle school for 2, and the rest were high school. So since I was like 15, thus the 40 plus years of friendship. In fact, I refer to them as my forever friends, because my position is that they could never do anything that would relegate them to the back row of my life. And it doesn't mean it won't happen, but that is just what they have shown me in the 40 plus years that I've been in relationship with each and every one of them. So I want to just tell you how important it is. And all of my friends are girls. But I do believe that girls and guys can be friends. I just don't have any other than family members that are what I would consider friends, that are male. Everyone else are, in fact, my daughter, she has some male friends that they are like my sons, actually. So I do know that those types of relationships do exist. And if you're in the comments, I'm not ignoring you. It's just I want to keep focus on the camera, and because I'm not bringing up guests at this point in time. But one day the series hopefully will prompt, once I get my daughter involved in it, will prompt a group of panelists to come in and really opine on dear younger self type of topics. So now let me get back to about being friends. So, and it's not, friends is sometimes a very provocative, and it is also subjugated to the experiences that you might have had in your life with friends. But there are absolute tenets that a friendship should have. And I'm not going to tell you what those should be. Those are what speaks to your soul. But what speaks to my soul are those tenets that I mentioned earlier, like honesty, integrity. And humor is also a very big part of the relationships that I have, because you got to be funny. You got to be funny, and you got to be free to laugh. Those are important to me. But what's also important is that you have friends that will tell you the unmitigated, sometimes gut-wrenching truth about a situation without being unkind. And those are the kinds of people that you want in your front row. People that you know in your inner knower that they are 100% on your team, that they want the best for you, and you also reciprocate that and want the best for them. So when you think about the people in your life from childhood up until the point where you are now, how's that going for you? Like, do you have some core friends that you can really lean on to? Are you trying to live this life solo? Because I'm telling you, if you are, that's a bad space to be in. And you need to unpack that with yourself. If you need a psychologist, a psychiatrist, whatever, to help you unpack it. We were not meant to be alone. We were meant to be in relationship with other human beings. So if you find that you're having difficulty crossing over, do some work, do some shadow work, do some head work, and figure out, because you deserve to have friends in your corner. We all need them. But my little sister always says, to have a friend, you got to be a friend. So that's important to know. To be a friend means you can have friends. If you're not friendly, then chances are you will not accommodate or bring into your life those people that you can consider to be friends. I think a lot of the blurredness that we hear often is that, women can't be trusted. That's why I don't have any girlfriends. And immediately when I hear that, I think, okay, so is it women that can't be trusted, or is it you that can't be trusted? And so we then direct that characteristic onto somebody else, when all the time it really is who we are projecting out in this world. And you definitely have to be trustworthy. That is an obligation of friendship. I will tell you, I can give you a story where my daughter was betrayed by a girlfriend in her younger years, and she wanted me to come in and rescue her. And I said, absolutely not. This is a life's lesson. She had told a secret, and the friend told the secret. And the lesson therein was, once you speak anything out of your mouth, it is no longer a secret. So you have to be willing, no matter who you tell it to, that has the potential of being retold. So if you don't want it told, don't tell it. Because the moment you do, it is no longer a secret. And I don't care if you believe with all of your heart that the person won't tell it. You just think about being 12 years old and having that mindset, and then being 30 years old, and now your friend has a mate that they are telling everything to, and chances are they're telling that to them, in a moment that it correlates with whatever the secret was that you told. And so it's just like natural. So you just have to be really wise and know that whatever you tell can and will more than likely be retold. So with that being said, who's on your front row? How are you choosing them? And here's another grounding thing that my friends must have, and that is a spiritual grounding in Christ. That is necessary for me. I don't want to have to convince, and I cannot convince anyone of Christ other than by the example in which I live my life. And so for me, they have to have an undergirding of Christ, not a religion, not practicing Baptist or Episcopal or any of those things, but just an undergirding that Christ is their Lord, because that's important to me. And I know that if that is where they start from, then everything else is nirvana in terms of how we relate to one another. So I'm going to keep these Dear Younger Self additives, I guess you can call them, short and sweet, because I really want to just come out there, give you guys some words of wisdom, have you comment back, again, any topics you want to talk about. If you disagree with anything that I said, challenge me. I am one person living only my lived experiences. So what I'm giving you is what I've lived and what I believe to be solid, worthwhile wisdom. But of course, it is definitely challengeable. And if you have a challenge to anything that I've said today or ever, please comment, provide your comment. I will absolutely respond to it. And if it is such that I'll bring you on as a panelist, and we can have a dialogue. We can prove to people that you can disagree and still be agreeable. But my goal in all of this is really to give you all some wisdom, some things to grow with, some positive steps towards becoming your full, complete self. And it is my belief that one cannot become their full, complete self without friends, male or female. We need them. We need each other. We were meant to be in relation with one another. I can't say that enough. We were not meant to live this life alone. So as you consider who's on your front row, consider the people that when you walk into the room, their eyes light up. And when they walk into the room, your heart beats quicker, faster. You are so in tune with who they are, and they are in tune with who you are. And there is an intimacy between the two of you, spoken and unspoken. You can literally go months, years without seeing that person. And then when you see them, intuitively, the two of you connect as if no time or space had ever existed. So as you live your life, and look for friends, you don't stop acquiring friends. Good friends are throughout your life's journey. So you may have a work partner that becomes a good friend. You may have someone that you run into at your favorite restaurant that becomes a good friend. So don't limit yourself to a timeline of when you can acquire friends. You should be acquiring friends for the rest of your life, because you are going to be meeting people for the rest of your life. Go out on vacation, you meet a couple that really vibes with you and your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend. And so, and you kick off a relationship, a friendship. So stay open to the people that God placed in your lives, and know that you were meant to have as many friends as you can have, and that your front row becomes your entire audience. That is my wish, that it is not relegated to a front row, but there are so many people cheering you on and in your life that it becomes the auditorium. So here's to you, your front row, and making good friends and great choices. I love you. Until again, ciao for now. Dr. Courageous Convo, signing off. It's been a pleasure. Hey, and don't forget, follow, like, and share. Okay? See you again. Ciao.